Hi, this is Jen, Mosaic Manifestation, and some interesting things have been unfolding in my life that I definitely feel called to share and wanted to talk about, because I know that there are other people here who can benefit from this message and who will resonate with this as well, and also make you feel like you are heard and seen and not alone. So I have been diving for the past 2 years into Neville Goddard, specifically with regard to the law of assumption, and as a result it is branched into Carl Jung, with regard to being able to witness our thoughts and see where we are telling ourselves lies and bullshit and assuming the worst, and then it happens and going, yep, I knew that would happen. And flipping that script to going all in on our beliefs of who we are claiming to be. Yeah, you can manifest the things you want in certain cases, but when you claim in this work who you are as a child of God, and that nothing is impossible, with this work, then it can open up so many beautiful doors. When I started Mosaic Manifestation so many years ago, 10 years ago, when I had this idea, a shower download, it was really embodying angel work and spirit guides and spirit totems and messages from the divine. And I let that go because I was really more focused on, if I am a child of God, then I can just use my mind to help me to reprogram it and start creating a life that I love and desire. And yes, definitely doing that. Still believe that to be true, of course. But also, the strangest things have been happening with regard to archangels again, and little messages and signs and synchronicities that I didn't ask for. I didn't call in. I just happened to be watching my Facebook, and this person who came across my feed was talking about Archangel Michael. And so I watched a little bit, and I was like, oh wow, I remember when I used to pray a lot to Archangel Michael, and I always felt so connected, and I would always get little signs and synchronicities after I prayed to Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel, who I feel are my two, angels to support me on this earth journey, along with, friends and family who have passed on to the other side and are still, there energetically with us. And so I was like, well, I'm going to pray again to Archangel Michael and Gabriel and see, who else is my angels, if they are my angels even. So before I even did that, I had prayed and said, are you guys my angels? Are you my archangels? And I know that because they're archangels, they're for everyone. They're not for a specific few. But I wanted to clarify that and just kind of feel into that intuitively, because there's a lot of different archangels that can be for us. I don't feel called to certain archangels, but I feel drawn to others. And so I started to ask, okay, who are my archangels, and who are my angels, and are there angels, and are there archangels here to protect me? And I went to sleep, and I wake up at 5:30, and I just didn't have the energy to get out of bed. But you guys know, when you wake up early, you feel sometimes you can sense certain things, your subconscious mind is still kind of open to receive messages, and your conscious mind isn't fully online yet. And so I heard distinctly, hi, how are you? And I was just like, oh my God. I literally heard it. I'm not crazy. Yes, I can be a little nuts, but I know what I heard. And I was just like, wow, okay, that was weird. And then I went into the shower and I started praying, and I was just like, listen, I know I am the creator and it all comes from me, but I feel so lonely, and I don't know, I just felt very isolated in this process and I holding his fiery sword and cutting any energetic ties to my ex, because I'm going through a really challenging time right now trying to get divorced, and he's not, mentally well, and so it's been really, really, really hard. That's an understatement. But in any event, I decided I was going to do this visualization since I heard that voice, and I was like, well, you know what? I feel alone. I feel lonely. Even though I'm doing this work and doing much better and I feel much stronger, I still felt isolated. So I said this prayer and I did that cord cutting with Archangel Michael's sword. And then I also prayed for divine wisdom from any other angels and archangels that might be around me and what might unfold. And so I let it go. And I got dressed. And I realized I don't know what, I was fixing my sweater like a cardigan. And then I look inside and there's this absolutely perfect white feather on the inside near my chest. And I just started laughing because I was like, no way. Like, this is wild. One feather out of nowhere on the inside of my black lapel sweater. And then to boot, I have always seen angel numbers 917. I never asked to see those particular numbers. Now, I was always fascinated with angel numbers because I do believe that there is power in numbers and that the universe is also energetically a numbers kind of universe. So I do feel like there is some weight when it comes to these numbers, but I never specifically asked for this angel number that has come to me also about 10 years ago, around the same time that I had asked for, or I shouldn't say asked for, but decided that I was going to do something with regard to mosaic and coaching and speaking my truth and being able to help people anchor in their truth and their authentic selves. And anyway, so I started seeing this 917. I would look at the phone, 917. I would happen to, like, whatever it was, I would be at a store, 917 on the receipt. Like, just weird things. But it always included 917. And so yesterday, after I saw the feather on the inside of my sweater, I don't know, I was on my way, I was in my car, and I was just thinking about, that, and also what I had done with Archangel Michael, and the hi, how are you? And I looked down at my phone, and it's 917. Like, again, I don't ask to see this. It's not like I'm actively looking for 111 or this particular number, which is an unusual number. And so I had Googled it in the past, and, each number representing a different theme. So 9, the end of a cycle, 1, new beginnings, and 7 is support, I believe, divine guidance and support. And so, yeah, I knew that. But when I did the research, so actually, let me back that up. This morning, I wake up and I literally smell sandalwood incense. And I was like, what the hell? Now I'm smelling things? I'm hearing things? Like, am I going to start seeing things, which I have in the past, but kind of disregarded. In any event, I smell incense, sandalwood. And I'm like, okay, so I Google that. And it comes up that Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel both use sandalwood in their, as a scent to show that they had received my prayers, and I had prayed to both of them. You can't, make this up. I am not, trying to sway people to start praying to angels one way or another, because I feel like either way, as long as it's confirmation for you to do the work that you need to do, because angels, whether you believe them or not, they're not going to do the work for you. They're only going to support you if you ask. And the funny thing is like, I did ask for support, and then I heard, hey, how are you? And I was like, why would an angel ask me how I am if they know that I asked them for support? And then I realized they can't help us unless we verbally invoke them and tell them what it is we're seeking help on. And that's wild. So I did. And I just had to share this because I do believe there's magic in life. I do believe that there are things that are beyond our comprehension to help us to anchor in who we are, why we're here, and to use this beautiful planet in magical, mystical ways, because it just feels good. Like, think about when you were a kid. For any of you women, and I know that there's so many, because we all love these fantasy shows, and even the guys, love all those fantasy, like, action shows and all these weird kind of things. So, like, this guy is right up my you-know-what. There are reasons why people love Disney and the avatars and all of these other things so much. There's a reason why. And it's because it invokes that sense of magic. It invokes that sense of wonder. It invokes that sense of mysticism that I think we all want and desire. So the thing is, when we pray and ask for guidance from our angels and archangels, it is like rekindling that childlike spirit and wonder. And it's beautiful, guys. Like, it's beyond what I'd imagine. And like, I've had these signs and wonders from them before, but honestly, I started dismissing it because of all of the pain and suffering that I had been going through. And now that I see, like, 917 is linked specifically to my two archangels, Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel. New path is Gabriel. Endings are Archangel Michael and protection. Like, it's just amazing to me. And I'm so grateful that I am now back in touch with my angels and my spirit guides. So I had to share that. And I'm going to be sharing more because I feel protected. I feel guided. I feel loved. I feel secure. And whether or not it's true, whether or not you believe, if it's giving you the support that you need, then that's a beautiful thing. If it's helping you to move the needle forward and help you to feel safe in your body and help you to take the next steps, which is what angels are only there to do anyway. They can't do the work for you. You still have to do the work. Then why not? It's a beautiful way to feel connected to the heavenly realms while we're still on earth. So I had to share that. And if anyone else has had experiences like this, I'm so curious to know. I'm pissed that I don't have 1,000 followers yet, that I can't put this on Instagram like I used to. But it's okay. I'll shorten it and I'll put a small clip on Instagram for anybody else who might resonate with this story. But wow, the magic is there. And I always knew it. I always knew that I had to call it mosaic something, mosaic manifestation or mosaic mastery or mosaic whatever, because it's all intertwined. There's all so many ways to get back to the self, to the true essence, and to show that we're not broken, that we're actually brilliant, and that our minds are so beautiful and creative, and that we have so much support. And there's so many modalities and ways to get that support, whether it's angel numbers, angel guides, you know, people like Joseph Murphy and Abraham Hicks and spirit totems and crystals, and who cares? If it's bringing you back to peace and to your center and to knowing that you are a divine child of God, what the fuck does it matter? Go for it. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. Don't let them poo-poo it. If it works for you, then it fucking works. It's working for me. So I'm so curious if anybody else has stories. So let me know. All right. I love you. Goodbye.